Sound gives rhythm and movement. The light is biochemical and consciousness. To go to the future of energy medicine is to know how to use light and sound. If we leave a medication under the light of the sun, it mutates. Under the sunlight, everything goes yellow, becomes more sour and acid. Under the earth, everything becomes more violet, decomposes and rots. The same as yang is yellow gold and yin is purple violet. We have seen in the video of the magic from coherence to resonance that from the light of any object we know its composition by the lines of absorption and emission in different stripes of the colors of the rainbow. So we can recognize with colors all the chemistry of the table of elements. Colors and the light is biochemical, and the colors also express emotions. We still have not studied the results of complementary colors that is like magic, due that they disappear when projected together. Where did the light energy go? Due that suddenly it is invisible. The light also gives awareness, enlightens the reason why you got sick, illuminates everything that took you there. You see it, you visualize it. It's known that Russian scientists have demonstrated that with thought and right emotion, also stimulated by light source, some people were able to regenerate and regrow organs that were removed or heal imbalances not curable by actual medicine. There may be a strong link between these biophotons, our consciousness, and possibly what many cultures and religions refer to as spirit. In a couple of experiments, scientists discovered that rat brains can pass only one biophoton per neuron per minute. But human brains could transmit more than 1,000 million biophotons per second. Before the light there was the verb, the first sound, the ether. As sound waves, the longitudinal waves are little known and may be called the ether. It's a sound underlying the whole universe, but not heard. It is felt because it's there giving us life. There are two longitudinal waves that are out of phase 180 degrees, and one defaces the other. For that reason, we do not hear them, but we do perceive them. They are called a stationary wave is that one that is maintained recursive and it is not modified by other waves. There is a lot of talk about scalar waves that are similar, but they are longitudinal waves that are those that are since the beginning of times. Here you see it comes and goes for the reason it deciphers that it's doing time reversal to do phase conjugation that we explained in the first video, coherent laser light. Coherent laser light. All the waves relate one to others from non-audible to audible scales, visible to invisible, rising up octaves, multiplying by 2. The same as the division of the cells, the mitosis, but it passes by the same musical note. And also, the harmonics are waves that replicate themselves, adding the same number of oscillations when going up or down the electromagnetic scale, and do pass by many other musical notes, giving richness to the sound we hear in the music and our voice. There are some tides that are perceived with the hands almost not touching by the participants of biodynamic cranial treatment. It's not understood what is called the long tide that happens when you enter in contact with a longitudinal wave that is not a standing wave. It is even more. They say that it puts you in contact with your original matrix or your higher self. What you do feel is a quietness and a connection with all, limitless time and an empty space inside your own self. They say it is a minute of a tide that comes and goes, and it encapsulates you in a primordial silence, time stops. It is the first sound that is everywhere, and that before it was called ether. It is said that it was changed by Einstein when calling it space, or conveniently they moved away from metaphysical spiritual concepts to which the ether referred to. However, from sound depends all forms, and by resonance, the size of a wave finds a form of the same size and remains vibrating and moving in its rhythmic field. Therefore, the sound of our voice massages and moves the organs of the body, as the waves of our voice are the size of our organs and structures, as we saw in the previous video about coherence and resonance. This way we give our body the movement it needs to maintain health. Therefore, there is a lot of confusion on which frequency are the right ones, because all will move something. However, if you give a frequency that a person has already in excess in their voice, it imbalances it in all of both physical and biochemical fields, even psychic, enters a difficult disharmony to be understood by the doctors today. Therefore, all medicine of the future that uses frequencies should customize them through the nearest vibrational mechanism that we have, the voice. From infrasound to ultrasound, all frequencies join, since big, small, that has the same distances and some fit into others. Increasing so that we can hear the most acute, that if not, we wouldn't hear. The low ones help to hear the other ones. Sound and light, with all the electromagnetic spectrum, is everything we need to study for the energetic medicine of the future, from the audible and visible to the unaudible and invisible. Also, our next biological evolution will be to hear the ultrasound and to see the ultraviolet.